welcome to Positively Port St. Lucie. I'm Sarah Prohaska, Communications Manager here at the City of Port St. Lucie. This is our last show of 2018, and we have a lot of news that we hope will be valuable to you as you go into 2019. And my first guest today, I have Marty Jacobson. He's with the Florida Attorney General's Office, the Seniors versus Crime Project, and he is here to tell us about what his office does and how they help our local seniors protect themselves against fraud and other kinds of scams. So Marty, I really appreciate you coming on today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. So tell us a little bit about the Senior versus, make sure I got this right, Senior versus Crime Project, correct?
Right. We're a special project of the Florida Attorney General's Office. We started in 1989.
Okay.
The project was started by Colonel Vern Thornton, who was a deputy sheriff in Broward County, as an advocacy for seniors who had been victimized. The program has grown since that time. I started with the program in 1989 as a representative through the Stewart Police Department, where I served and retired. At that time, the Attorney General's Office was also looking for volunteers to help support this program, and the Stewart Police Department, and now the Port St. Lucie Police Department and other local law enforcement agencies have volunteer programs. Well, they used the Stewart Police Department's volunteers as a prototype for what they wanted our volunteers to become. What we were doing was using our volunteers, insert them in undercover operations to investigate complaints against senior citizens, businesses, automobile repair fraud, home repair fraud, and other types of frauds. Well, it worked out so well that the Attorney General's Office used them as their prototype, and now we have over 2,000 senior citizens in the state of Florida that service Seniors versus Crime.
Oh, wow. Okay, 2,000. Okay. So locally, tell us about some of the things you've seen locally.
Well, a lot of cases.
Okay.
And let me tell you, put out our phone number of our May. It's 1-800-203-3099. And our website is www.seniorsversuscrime.com. If you go to our website, you can see the services that we offer and has links to other valuable resources for senior citizens. Now, by statute, we represent senior citizens, veterans, the spouses of veterans, dependent children of veterans, and vulnerable adults.
Okay.
And that's a pretty wide open statement. What is a vulnerable adult? It could be to the extreme where an individual has Alzheimer's or dementia, or simply they don't have the cognitive skills to deal with a situation that would put them in a vulnerable position.
Okay.
Now, the statute says that if anyone in Florida misrepresents themselves or commits a deceptive or exploitative practice against any of those individuals, we can assist them.
Okay.
Now, we don't litigate, we mitigate. Further up the chain through the Attorney General's Office, they have the attorneys that will litigate.
Okay.
We use our volunteers to try to throw the bone to the party that did the deceptive action to make things right.
Okay, gotcha.
Now, the statute also says if you're found guilty of a vulnerable or deceptive practice, they can be fined up to $15,000 by the Attorney General's Office.
Okay, okay.
So let me explain. Maybe the call will come into our 800 number.
Okay.
A call taker will refer to one of our 67 counties in the state of Florida, and we have an office here in Port St. Lucie at the Courthouse Annex.
Okay, perfect. Okay, over on St. Lucie West?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So we have an office there, and you can go online and get our office hours. You would be asked to come in and fill out a complaint. Now, sometimes all the time, we'll look at those complaints, see how can you get the best service? Should we give it to the Port St. Lucie Police Department to investigate? Should we refer it to a sheriff's office or another local law enforcement agency? Maybe you should go to a state agency because it's so specific that it might go to the Department of Banking and Finance or the Insurance Commission. Or in some cases, it might go to the Agency for Healthcare Administration if it's a medical complaint. Or it might even go to the Secret Service that investigates credit card crimes or the FBI.
Okay, so you guys have the expertise to figure that out.
Right. Or it might stay with us. Now, it could stay with us for many reasons. Maybe the Attorney General would say, you know, this has a big caveat. It's covering the whole state of Florida, so we're going to take that as the lead.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll give you an example. There's travel agency scams.
Okay.
Or get a call and you buy a package for a vacation, and you anticipate getting the vacation of your dreams, and the only thing you can get is a fishing trip in Minnesota in February. Okay?
Not what you bargained for.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Attorney General has made decisions that, we're going to take that case as the lead and use these other agencies to funnel the information to us. Or such as the case up in the Panhandle now with price gouging because of the hurricane damage.
Okay, yeah, and I'm sure I'm sure you got plenty of those.
Yes, so the Attorney General will take the lead on most of those cases. But we dissect them and we look at them. Now, sometimes law enforcement will feed cases back to us.
Okay.
They might say, we have this complaint, but we don't have enough probable cause to make an arrest. We don't have enough information that the state attorney can go before a jury and get a conviction beyond reasonable doubt.
Okay.
So that's a big thing, that term reasonable doubt.
Yes.
Now, our statutes say if you commit an incident and you should have known that individual you were dealing with was in one of those presumptive classes, then we can take over.
Okay. So that may be stronger case going under that statute.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we can reach out to the parties and say, look, what you did was wrong. Potentially, you could be going to jail.
Yeah.
But we're going to throw you a bone. And before we go to the portion where you can be fined $15,000, let's sit down and make this right.
Okay.
And we get a lot of cases like this referred back to us from law enforcement, once again, because they say, we can't prove there was a crime, but under your statutes, you can prove that there was malfeasance or wrongdoing civilly.
Okay, that's great. Because then it at least restores or actually gives the victim some sort of compensation or...
If we prevail.
Yeah, if you prevail, yeah.
Now, to date, we've recovered over since the program started, $28 million for senior citizens. And last year, we recovered $2 million.
Okay,
we
so
took 14,
it works.
Yes, we took 14,000 calls last year with 89 criminal case referrals and recovered $2 million for seniors in the state of Florida.
Oh, my goodness. So I asked you earlier, just because I was curious, because I know we have a lot of residents who take care of elderly parents or caregivers. So if maybe the actual victim doesn't report, can a family member or a son or a daughter or somebody else report this?
We get a lot of calls from third-party complainants, but the bottom line is under the statutes that we're governed by, we have to have a signator to actually sign the complaint.
Okay, so the victim has to agree.
The victim has to sign the complaint.
Okay.
Now, that's not bad, but oftentimes loved ones will find out that a family member has been scammed or conned, and they haven't reported it. They haven't reported it because they're embarrassed. They're ashamed. They don't want their children to take over their financial situation, so they're reluctant.
Okay.
So if we can get the complainant to sign, then they come in and sign a report, a request for assistance, and we diagnose the case, and we move on from there.
Okay. All right. So hopefully, either way, you'll get the person to agree eventually, because they'll see that hopefully that you can help them. There is a way to help.
Yes. Now, sometimes there's some cases, too, that will come to us originally, and we'll have to give them to an agency that has more specific statutory obligations. An example, we'll get complaints from individuals with condominiums and homeowners associations.
Okay.
There's an organization, a state organization, homeowners association, condominium ombudsman association with the state, so we have to turn it to them.
Okay.
Had a gentleman call a couple weeks ago, paid $6,000 to have some dental work done. He says the dentist worked on the wrong teeth and wants to charge him $6,000 to finish the job.
Okay.
We have the Agency for Healthcare Administration, so we have to send that complaint to them.
Yeah. Well, that's a great thing about what your office does, is because most people don't know who to go to.
Exactly, and many people don't know that we exist. And again, we've been around since 1989, and we're one of those little hidden secrets.
You really are.
Yes.
But you've managed to get a lot of of money recovered.
Yes.
Even with that caveat that people don't widely know about you. So
Right.
we hope to help with that. So tell us the phone number again.
It's 1-800-203-3099. That's our 800 number.
Okay.
But you can go on our website at www.seniorsversuscrime and pull up a list of our local offices as well. And again, we serve every area of the state of Florida. My area that I am assigned to is from Highlands County to Key West. So it's quite a large area, but we have offices all throughout that area.
Okay, wonderful. And you have volunteers, so throughout that area too, I'm sure. So
yes, our volunteers come from all walks of life. They're homemakers, they're retired police officers, military. I do want to throw a pitch out there.
Okay, sure.
We are looking for people.
Okay.
I am looking for forensic accountants.
Ooh, all right. So
to help with embezzlement and exploitation cases.
All right, any forensic accountants out there that looking for some volunteer opportunities,
yes.
contact Marty here. It sounds like he's got some work for you.
Oh, yes. We have a lot of work backed up. But a lot of the things that we are seeing, particularly in this area, is home repair fraud.
Okay. So someone calls to get something fixed on their home. People take a deposit and don't do the work, that sort of thing.
Sounds like you know too much about the scam. What kind of work do you do?
Yeah, I work with the police.
And with Port St. Lucie growing so much and having grown over the years, and still that continued expansion, people hook up with a contractor, or they may presume it's a contractor, and it's not. It's a handyman, and they can't deliver the services that they said they were going to service, and we ended into this big financial, escapade, and then trying to track people down and get money back and try to resolve these conflicts.
Yeah. And also make sure they're licensed. And Port St. Lucie's website has a way you can search that.
Certainly, and we refer people to the Better Business Bureau, one of our partners, and Contractors Licensing Board to make sure that they don't have complaints against them. They're insured. You'll be surprised how many people you'll contact. Oh, yeah, we're insured, and you double check, and it's lapsed, or they don't have insurance, or they don't have a license.
And that's really important if you're going to have someone do any kind of substantial work on your house.
Yes, anything that's licensed, carpentry.
Yes.
Plumbing, electrical, those are things that all require trade certifications and licenses.
Okay. All right, Marty. Well, we are running out of time, but we've got your information. We'll keep it up on the screen, and I really appreciate you taking some time to come down and talk to us today, and people can come visit you at the Courthouse Annex in St. Lucie West. And
not only do I work for Seniors Versus Crime, I am a senior, so I'm a member of the club.
Okay. And you're also a stand-up comic, so
yes, that's another show.
If you're looking for a stand-up comic. But thank you, Marty. I really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you very much.
So
Happy holidays.
You too. And we'll be right back after these messages.